Ghana has really improved its roads over time, especially in the cities and major highways.
Bulldozers roar, highways stretch like veins of steel, and entire cities rise from the ground. Ghana is changing so fast that even its skyline is struggling to keep up. Billions are pouring into roads, housing, hospitals, airports, and even whole smart cities. But what exactly is driving this sudden surge, and how is it all connected? Let's find that out. If you thought Ghana's infrastructure growth would be gradual, think again. The country is operating like it's on a timer, with projects springing up across multiple sectors all at once. It's not just one road or one new hospital, it's dozens of high-profile projects moving in parallel, each one feeding momentum to the next. Take Accra, the capital. Its once underutilized coastline is being transformed by the Marine Drive project, a 241-acre mega-development set to rival the waterfronts of major global cities. This district will feature luxury hotels, commercial hubs, museums, theaters, and public spaces designed to attract tourists, investors, and creative talent from across the world. Once complete, it's expected to become the heartbeat of Accra's cultural and business identity, drawing comparisons to London's O2 Arena district. Move inland and you'll find the Ghana International Trade Fair Center under full-scale redevelopment. This isn't just about upgrading an old venue. It's about creating a state-of-the-art exhibition space where African tech innovators, agricultural exporters, and global investors can converge. By the time it's operational, it is expected to host year-round international expos, transforming Ghana into a continental hotspot for business exchange. Transport infrastructure is advancing at a historic pace. The Accra-Kumasi Highway dualization, a $435 million engineering marvel, is on schedule to significantly shorten travel between the two most economically vital cities in the country. In the north, Tamale's new interchange has already relieved years of traffic congestion, turning gridlock into free-flowing routes. And Ghana isn't stopping at roads. Its maritime game has been leveled up by the Tema port expansion, already completed and operating as one of West Africa's most efficient shipping terminals, ready to handle the surging demand of a growing economy. Housing is booming as well. Government-backed affordable housing estates are rising at record speed, with planned communities like Apollonia City introducing organized urban living to thousands of families who previously had to rely on unstructured settlements. These aren't bare-bones housing blocks. They come with schools, markets, clinics, and reliable utility networks. Ghana is building with long-term urban sustainability in mind. Air travel is getting a dramatic facelift too. Tamale Airport's modern terminal is opening new regional routes and inviting more commercial airlines to northern Ghana, while rehabilitation at Kotoka International Airport promises expanded lounges, upgraded infrastructure, and a smoother passenger experience for international travelers. Each one of these developments would normally dominate headlines on its own, but Ghana is doing them all at once, signaling that this is not just a construction spree, it's a calculated master plan. From tourism to trade, from residential comfort to global connectivity, Ghana is building for scale, diversity, and future growth. What's striking is how coordinated this wave feels. These aren't random standalone efforts, they're interlinked steps in a broader national strategy. Better ports mean faster import and export. Faster roads mean industries grow beyond the capital. More housing means labor flows where industries are being built. In short, every brick placed in one project strengthens another. But why is Ghana choosing to start with connectivity? Why focus so heavily on roads, highways, and transport before everything else? Every nation that dreams big must first solve one problem: movement. Ghana seems to have understood this better than most. Without reliable roads, goods rot before reaching markets, businesses choke on high transport costs, and ordinary people spend hours each day stuck in traffic instead of building their futures. That is why Ghana's leaders put transport infrastructure at the center of their transformation agenda. It's the bloodstream that makes every other system work. The results are already visible. Rural feeder roads, once nothing more than narrow, dusty trails that cut off entire farming communities during the rainy season, are being rebuilt as durable, all-weather arteries. In Bono East, for example, farmers are seeing immediate changes. Freshly harvested maize and cassava are reaching city markets in record time, with drastically reduced spoilage. It might sound simple, but for farmers who once lost half their crops to logistics delays, these new roads mean real money in their pockets and greater food security for the country as a whole. Industrial growth is accelerating too. Mining operations in the western region, which previously struggled to move heavy equipment and exports over single-lane bottlenecks, are now operating with increased efficiency as broader, smoother highways link mines to ports. The story is similar for manufacturing hubs around Kumasi, where reduced delivery times are directly translating into higher productivity and more competitive pricing for Ghanaian-made products. Urban connectivity is also being revolutionized. The construction of advanced interchanges is changing city living. The Tamale interchange, for instance, has completely altered how people and goods move through northern Ghana. No longer do long queues of trucks choke city intersections. Traffic flows smoothly, cutting hours of wasted time every week. Similar interchange projects are in the pipeline for other fast-growing cities, showing that Ghana is looking far beyond short-term fixes and building infrastructure with decades of population growth in mind. But this is more than just building better roads. It's strategic planning. New highways are being deliberately aligned with emerging industrial parks, commercial zones, and planned residential communities. These roads are not random lines on a map. They are carefully designed networks built to feed economic growth nodes, ensuring every kilometer of asphalt translates directly into economic activity. The employment effects have been huge. Thousands of construction jobs have been created in road building alone, but the indirect impact is even larger. From roadside markets and fuel stations to logistics services and vehicle maintenance shops, entire microeconomies are springing up along these new routes. For many communities, this is the first time in decades that reliable year-round income opportunities have arrived right at their doorstep. This focus on connectivity is also influencing social patterns. Young professionals who once felt chained to congested city centers now have the freedom to live farther out, where housing is cheaper and communities are quieter, because commuting has become easier and more predictable. Families are moving into new housing estates in emerging suburban belts, confident that road access won't turn daily life into a logistical nightmare. Businesses are following them, setting up retail outlets, schools, and services wherever people are settling. What makes Ghana's road and connectivity push remarkable is the foresight behind it. The government is already considering how these road corridors will integrate with planned railway lines and fiber-optic digital networks, ensuring that physical and digital movement advance hand in hand. This dual approach sets Ghana apart. It is not just solving yesterday's problems of potholes and bottlenecks, but building tomorrow's seamless mobility ecosystem. And with roads transforming how people move, work, and trade, the next challenge comes naturally. Where will all these people live, and what kind of cities will they call home? Because when movement improves, cities don't just grow, they explode outward, reshaping lifestyles and economic patterns forever. Let's pause for a second to say, big thank you to the Black Culture Diary community, where Black voices, stories, and legacies are preserved and amplified. By becoming a member, you're not just supporting the channel, you're becoming part of a powerful cultural movement. Let's continue. When roads open and travel becomes easy, cities start to breathe differently. What used to feel like an endless sprawl of unplanned settlements suddenly begins to reorganize, and Ghana is embracing that opportunity with an intensity rarely seen on the continent. Improved connectivity has unleashed a wave of urban expansion, and instead of letting it happen chaotically, Ghana is shaping it with purpose, transforming its cities into structured, modern, and livable spaces designed for the decades ahead. The most striking example is in Accra, where the Marine Drive project is redefining how the capital meets the ocean. For years, the city's prime coastline was left underdeveloped, dotted with informal markets and makeshift structures. Now it is becoming a planned urban district, one that blends tourism, culture, and commerce into a single integrated hub. High-end hotels, performance theaters, cultural museums, and leisure zones are all part of the blueprint. This isn't just about giving Accra a facelift, it's about placing the city on the global map as a competitive destination for business travelers, cultural enthusiasts, and investors alike. Parallel to this is the Ghana International Trade Fair Center redevelopment. which is positioning the capital as a regional business powerhouse. Designed to host international expos, conventions, and trade events year-round, it is set to create a steady flow of visitors and investors into the city. That influx is expected to trigger demand for new office complexes, residential towers, and supporting services, further accelerating urban growth. But Ghana is not simply focusing on its capital. The growth of secondary cities is equally significant. Satellite towns are being developed in areas once considered too far from city centers, thanks to improved roads. The government-backed affordable housing programs are at the heart of this effort, bringing master-planned communities to life in places like Apollonia City. These housing estates are designed differently from the unplanned settlements of the past. They come with schools, clinics, reliable utility networks, and recreational spaces all built in from the start. This change is altering how Ghanaians live. Families that once crowded into overpopulated urban cores now have an option to relocate to structured communities with lower living costs and better quality of life. The result? A decentralization of population pressure, which eases congestion in main cities and creates growth in previously overlooked areas. This pattern is exactly what planners intended, spreading opportunity instead of letting it cluster only in Accra. New urban models are emerging as well. Petronia City near Takoradi is one of Africa's boldest smart city experiments, designed to integrate renewable energy systems, efficient waste management, high-speed internet infrastructure, and sustainable zoning. The project is attracting technology firms, startups, and green investors who see it as a prototype for future African cities. These forward-thinking urban spaces are not just places to live. They are laboratories for innovation, aiming to redefine what African urban development can look like when executed with foresight. Social behavior is shifting along with these physical changes. Mixed-use developments, where residential units, retail shops, and workspaces exist side by side, are replacing traditional urban separation. Walkable neighborhoods, public parks, and cultural centers are transforming how residents interact, turning cities into communities rather than just dense clusters of buildings. These urban transformations also serve a deeper strategic purpose. They strengthen Ghana's resilience. Planned housing and modern city infrastructure reduce the risk of future crises, from slum overpopulation to environmental degradation. Instead of retrofitting solutions after problems emerge, Ghana is building with solutions embedded from day one. Yet as these cities expand and populations surge into new neighborhoods, one question emerges: how do you ensure these communities are not just places to live, but places where people can thrive physically, mentally, and socially? That requires more than housing and office buildings. It demands robust healthcare systems, cultural spaces, and social infrastructure strong enough to support a growing and shifting population. Here's a reminder to please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Black culture, history, civilization, and identity. Let's continue now. Urban expansion and housing growth are only as strong as the systems supporting them. New roads and modern neighborhoods mean little if healthcare is overstretched or social facilities are absent. Ghana has recognized this reality, shifting its focus toward building infrastructure that directly impacts people's well-being and cultural identity. The current wave of development is not just about where people live, but how they live, and how safe, healthy, and socially connected their lives can be. Healthcare is at the center of this vision. In recent years, Ghana has launched one of its most ambitious health infrastructure programs in decades, aimed at increasing access to advanced medical care nationwide. One notable initiative is the rollout of regional emergency care centers, strategically placed along new highway corridors to respond rapidly to accidents and emergencies. These facilities, fully equipped with trauma units and telemedicine links to major hospitals, are designed to save critical minutes that often determine life or death. In urban hubs, new community polyclinics and specialized medical centers are being constructed to complement existing hospitals. These clinics focus on preventive care, chronic disease management, and maternal health, ensuring that residents in growing neighborhoods no longer have to travel long distances for basic but essential medical services. In many areas, medical staffing is being paired with housing developments, allowing doctors and nurses to live within the communities they serve, strengthening both healthcare delivery and local engagement. Beyond healthcare, Ghana is investing in the social glue that keeps communities connected and culturally vibrant. The National Cathedral in Accra stands as one of the most striking symbols of this vision. Designed not only as a spiritual center but also as a venue for cultural exhibitions, national events, and educational programs, the cathedral reflects Ghana's effort to create spaces where unity and identity are celebrated. For a country with diverse religious traditions, it represents an inclusive landmark built to inspire pride and draw visitors from around the world. Sports and recreation are receiving unprecedented attention as well. The University of Ghana Stadium and the Borteyman Multi-Sports Complex have been built to host international athletic competitions, putting Ghana in the running to attract continental and even global sporting events. These facilities are more than places for elite athletes. They double as community hubs where youth programs, fitness initiatives, and local leagues can thrive, promoting healthier lifestyles and social cohesion. Even cultural education is being reimagined. Libraries, digital learning centers, and performing arts spaces are being incorporated into urban development plans, ensuring that growing populations don't just have homes and jobs, but also access to learning and creative expression. This approach positions Ghana's cities as not just economic hubs, but places of culture and innovation. The impact of these social infrastructure investments is profound. Communities gain a stronger sense of identity when they have public spaces to gather, celebrate, and learn. Healthcare improvements mean fewer preventable deaths, healthier children, and a more productive workforce. Recreational and cultural spaces reduce crime rates, improve mental health, and strengthen community bonds. What makes this shift even more strategic is timing. These systems are being built now, as urban areas expand, rather than years later when retrofitting would cost exponentially more. Ghana is ensuring that its rapidly changing physical landscape is matched by equally dynamic social support systems, protecting people from being left behind amid fast development. Yet, all of this social investment, healthcare equipment, cultural centers, stadium lighting, emergency services, depend on one critical resource: energy. Without reliable power, hospitals go dark, sports facilities sit idle, and digital learning centers can't function. The next stage of Ghana's transformation focuses on exactly that: how to power this new future and open its economy further through advanced trade systems. All of Ghana's progress, roads, housing estates, new hospitals, and cultural spaces run on one essential fuel: energy. Without a reliable power supply, lights in operating rooms go out, factories stand idle, and the rhythm of modern urban life comes to a halt. Ghana understands this and is responding with one of its boldest pushes yet: building an energy and trade system strong enough to power its new economy and place the country firmly on the global stage. The energy strategy is both ambitious and balanced. On one hand, Ghana is expanding thermal power capacity to stabilize the grid for industries that require constant electricity. New turbines at strategic locations are reducing outages and ensuring that manufacturing hubs can run efficiently, day and night. On the other hand, the country is turning aggressively toward renewable energy, with a particular focus on solar and hydropower. One landmark achievement is the 16.8 megawatt rooftop solar project in Tema, one of Africa's largest, proving that Ghana is serious about clean energy solutions. These initiatives are not about quick fixes. They are about building a resilient energy ecosystem capable of sustaining growth for decades to come. Energy independence is also about reducing reliance on imported fuels. Ghana is investing in infrastructure to better harness its natural gas reserves, which are being piped to power plants for electricity generation. This move not only reduces energy costs, but also shields the economy from global fuel price volatility, giving Ghanaian businesses a competitive edge. But energy alone doesn't make a nation thrive. It must connect to markets. This is where Ghana's trade infrastructure comes in. The Tema port expansion, now operational, has increased cargo handling capacity and reduced turnaround times for ships. With upgraded logistics systems, Ghana is positioning itself as West Africa's trade gateway, attracting shipping companies, exporters, and logistics firms eager to take advantage of its efficient facilities. Future trade ambitions go beyond ports. The Volta River Economic Hub is a bold initiative designed to transform Lake Volta and its surrounding areas into a logistics an agricultural powerhouse. By developing processing plants, warehousing, and transport links, Ghana is seeking to create a value chain that takes raw products from the farm to international markets with minimal delay and maximum profit retained within the country. This approach represents a shift away from simply exporting raw materials. It is about owning the full value chain, a hallmark of economic maturity. Even urban development is being tied to trade and energy goals. Petronia City, designed as a smart, tech-driven urban hub near Takoradi, is expected to attract renewable energy firms, logistics companies, and advanced manufacturing. Similarly, the proposed new city concept envisions a high-tech urban center designed from scratch to integrate smart grid energy systems, automated logistics, and digital commerce zones. These developments are intended to reduce congestion in existing urban areas while creating fresh growth poles for investors. Digital transformation is another layer of this vision. Ghana is rolling out nationwide fiber optic networks and boosting mobile internet penetration, ensuring that its growing economy is not only physically connected but digitally integrated. This means businesses can trade online, rural entrepreneurs can access e-commerce platforms, and global companies can run their regional digital operations from Ghana without worrying about connectivity gaps. This energy and trade focus completes the cycle. Roads brought people and products together. Housing and urban planning gave them places to live and work. Healthcare and social infrastructure ensured communities could thrive, and now energy and trade systems are powering and connecting it all. Ghana is no longer just building for today. It's building a foundation for a future where it can stand as a regional leader and global competitor. The story that began with bulldozers clearing roadsides has evolved into a national reinvention. Ghana is not waiting for opportunities. It is creating them, ensuring that when the world looks at Africa's future leaders, Ghana is firmly in the picture. Can Ghana sustain this massive wave of development without slowing down? Will these projects truly transform ordinary lives or just boost statistics? Let us know in the comments section. Is Ghana on the path to becoming West Africa's undeniable powerhouse? Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If so, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We have decided to bring videos on something nobody talks about: the Black culture, civilization, history, and evidence about how glorious Blacks have been. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.